Fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. #1 on Facebook. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one incredibly awesome and amazing ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. #1 on YouTube. Tonight we have with us Matthew Orlik Jr. Welcome to the show, Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Matthew, it's my pleasure to have you, first of all. So Matthew, let's talk about your racing career. Where did it all begin for you?
I started at Oak Lane Quarter Midgets.
Okay. So when you started racing at Oak Lane Quarter Midgets, Matthew, what was it like for you to get behind the wheel of a race car for the first time?
Fun.
Were you a little bit scared?
Yeah, a little.
A little, okay. So Matthew, being you started out in Quarter Midgets at Oak Lane, what are you racing now?
Junior Honda and Junior Animal.
Okay, so you're racing Junior Honda and Junior Animal. So Matthew, have you had a lot of success in racing in Junior Honda and Junior Animal? Have you won a lot, or have you placed in the top 5 quite a bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So Matthew, let's talk about, who works on your race car? Who is on your racing crew, Matthew?
My dad and my pop-up.
Your dad and your pop-pop. Okay. So Matthew, so when it comes to working on your race car, do you help work on your race car?
Not always.
Not always. Okay. So Matthew, let's talk now about your sponsors. Who sponsors you on your race car?
New Jersey Misfits, Frenchtown Dog Wash.
Okay.
Those are your two big sponsors, right?
Yes.
So Matthew, are you still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Yes.
Yes.
So if there's anybody going to be out here watching this racing show with me and Matthew Orlik Jr., and you want to help him out with his racing career with sponsorship wise, reach out to his dad, Matt, or his mom, Jen, or Matthew Orlik Jr. himself, because they would appreciate the sponsorship on Matthew's race car as he gets further into his racing career. So Matthew, let's talk about your race car number now. What is the story behind your race car number?
My first number was 24, and then my second number was 6, but it's 7 now.
Look at the camera.
Okay. Yeah. So Matthew, let's talk now. Do you have a racing nickname?
No.
No, we got to work on getting you one there, Mr. Matthew Orlik Jr., because you're talking to the Full Throttle rock star here. So Matthew, let's talk about who is your favorite race car driver now. Who is your favorite race car driver that you look up to? Okay, Kyle Busch is your favorite race car driver. Have you ever met Kyle Busch?
No.
No? I bet it'd be pretty cool to meet Kyle Busch, all right? So Matthew, let's talk now. Okay. What type of racing chassis do you run? Do you run a Stanley, or do you run I'm trying to think. There's Stanley, there's a Bull Rider. What do you race? A Bull Rider?
Nervo.
You race Nervos. Okay. So is Nervo race cars pretty good race cars? Okay. Yeah. So Matthew, let's talk now. Okay. So when it comes to your racing now, what is the worst thing you've had happen to you as a race car driver thus far?
Flipping.
Did you get hurt at all when you flipped?
No.
No? Were you a little bit scared when you flipped though?
Yeah.
Okay. So Matthew, so what do you have in your race car to help protect you from getting hurt?
Seat belts, fire suit, helmet, gloves.
Okay. So Matthew, where do you see yourself in 5 years with your racing career?
Sprint cars.
You want to race sprint cars? Okay. How about in 10 years? Where do you want to be at in 10 years?
NASCAR.
NASCAR. Okay, very cool.
Mine's like, "No, let me."
So Matthew, do you go watch some sprint car races now and again, or
Yeah.
yeah? Have you met a lot of sprint car drivers?
Mm, a couple.
Who have you met for sprint car drivers?
Tony Stewart.
So Matthew, so just to tell you, it's just me and you talking, okay? There's nobody watching us. We're just recording this, okay?
Oh,
So Matthew, okay, let's talk about when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
fries and candy.
Fries and candy, okay? Fries and candy. You know what my favorite thing is, Matthew?
What?
I like chili cheese fries, and I like nachos with meat.
Okay.
So Matthew, when you get ready to go on the racetrack, what helps get you focused to get on that race car? What do you do to get focused?
Pay attention.
Okay. Do you listen to a particular song that helps get you focused at all?
No.
No. So Matthew, when you're racing out there, what are some things that you do on race day and some things that you don't do on race day? That some things that that bring you good luck. What's some things that bring you good luck to go on the racetrack?
When people give me good luck.
Okay. All righty. So Matthew, go ahead.
Oh, my dog when he's there.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah. So Matthew, do you race on dirt or pavement?
pavement.
Pavement. Okay. So Matthew, when it comes to your racing and stuff like that, what do you do? Okay, when you're not at the racetrack, what do you like to do for fun when you're not at the racetrack?
Go on my iPad.
Go on your iPad. Okay. Do you play any racing games on your iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matthew, if I was to ask you this, okay, hold on. Camera. Matthew, if I was to ask you this question here, I would like it. Can you give me an answer on this question here? I'm going to ask you. If I was to ask you, what would you like to say to the kids out there to help get them in a race car? What would you say?
Good luck and hope you win.
Okay. So Matthew, what is your plans going into this racing season?
When try not to wreck.
Okay. And what is your home racetrack that you race on, Matthew?
Oakland.
Oakland. Okay. So Matthew, I want to thank you again for being on the racing show with me tonight, getting to know you a little bit better. So that way, you can be on the racing show again. Okay. Okay, Matthew, got a question for you. When you get ready to kick off your racing season, can I have you back on here again to kind of give me a preview of what your racing season is going to be going to look like?
Sure.
Okay, Matthew, thank you. I would like to thank Matthew Orlik Jr. Where are you from, Matthew?
New Jersey.
New Jersey. What part of New Jersey?
Frenchtown.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Matthew Orlik Jr. from Frenchtown, New Jersey, driver of the number 7 quarter midget. So with that being said, Matthew, thank you and your racing team very much for being a part of this racing show with me tonight, Matthew. I will call you in a little bit to thank you in person, okay? So you can step out now, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Matthew Orlik Jr. on my guest tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. He was from Frenchtown, New Jersey, driver of the number 7 quarter midget and junior Honda and junior Animal. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a little racing news update for you. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing news update. Austin Proc is coming back into Top Fuel drag racing this year for John Force Racing. And surprisingly enough, his crew chief, one of his crew chiefs on the car is Ron Tobler. And Ron Tobler was formerly the mechanic / crew chief on Ron Caps's Napa Auto Parts Funny Car. So that's going to be interesting to see where that goes, that combination goes, along with the other crew chief on that car. Hopefully they can get something going. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, everybody's getting ready for Daytona, for the Daytona 500 coming up. And also the 24 Hours of Daytona starts today, I believe it is. So good luck to the drivers competing in the 24 Hours of Daytona. Daytona 500 news update. It sounds like Greg Biffle is gonna do a one-off race at Daytona, try and qualify for the Daytona 500 this year. So it'd be interesting to see Greg Biffle qualify for the Daytona 500 where he hasn't competed in quite a while. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's about it I have for racing news updates for you guys. IndyCar season will be fast approaching on us. World of Outlaws will be fast approaching on us, along with the rest of the dirt series. NASCAR is fast approaching their Bud Shootout, I believe, or Gatorade Bud Shootout is next weekend. So good luck to them guys. I believe they're racing at the LA Coliseum. So good luck to them drivers. And like I said, IndyCar, NASCAR, and drag racing is fast approaching. Pomona is just around the corner for drag racing. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, oh, and one last thing for NASCAR news update for y'all. The NASCAR race at Martinsville this spring has been shortened from 500 miles down to 400 miles. So instead of 500 laps at Martinsville this spring, they'll be running 400 laps there. But the fall race is going to still stand at 500 laps. So that's going to be something different also. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good day. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification button on the on my YouTube channel. And also, if you'd like to sponsor my racing show, get a hold of me on my email at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at Josh Nolan, and my phone number is 712-209-7138. Or you can even find me on Facebook, because I'm on Facebook. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you have a good night. Catch you later on another episode of the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube.